No, but I appreciate when realtors know the situation that their clients are dealing with.
Right.
Because what I'm finding is there's a lot of traffic that is coming to visit neighborhoods, and at times the buyers are telling me, well, we came without our realtor.
Mm-hmm.
And the realtors are telling me the buyers wanted to go look on their own.
Mm-hmm.
And the realtors are like, and I didn't want to pressure them, but I really wanted to be there with them, you know, experiencing the neighborhood, looking at the models.
So we're all on one accord.
So we're all on the same page, because sometimes the sales counselors will just blurt out what their discount is,
Mm-hmm.
or blurt out what their incentive is, or blurt out what their interest rate is
Mm-hmm.
that they're offering.
Mm-hmm. Which
And
could change.
And the realtor that I was talking to was like, this particular buyer has they just hit in the low 600s.
Okay.
And the lender could do the loan. But they were getting a different interest rate that was being offered by like the weekend promotion from the builder.
Okay.
So the buyer feels now that they're not getting the best of the best of the best,
Mm-hmm.
because they can't take advantage of that maybe one interest rate that was thrown out to them, but it doesn't fit their situation.
Right. And they
And
may
so-
not qualify for it. It might be kind of like the TDEC mortgage,
First
zero
time.
down, 100% financing. You have to have a 660 credit score for that.
Yeah, there was a family that said, do I qualify for the first time home buyer program? I sold my home a year and a half ago.
Mm-hmm.
No, because you need a little bit more
3
time.
years.
3 years.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that's neat as well, because someone was telling me, I thought I had to be a first time homeowner. No, you just can't have owned a home
In the past 3 years.
in the past 3 years.
Yeah.
Once that 3 years is gone,
You're
you're
considered
good.
a first time homeowner.
But with the interest rate thing, like we were saying, with that one family, I feel bad because the lender told the buyer, I got you.
Mm-hmm.
Just go find a home.
Yep.
The realtor was like, we've worked with you. We have your loan. Now, I know a lot of builders will say, apply with my mortgage company.
Right.
So the buyer applied.
Mm-hmm.
The builder's mortgage company said no. But just because the builder's mortgage company said no doesn't mean you can't buy.
Right.
It just means you can't buy with that lender. You
Right.
can still buy.
Right.
But then the buyer was holding on to that interest rate. That's not the scenario you can buy with.
Right.
You can buy with this scenario.
Right.
But then the buyer just felt like, now she's like saying, I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait a year.
So what happens when you have a situation, because this, you know, as a real estate agent, we run into this a lot. We have people with less than favorable credit. So because they have less than favorable credit, they already know that they're not going to be approved for a loan. Okay. But in my eyes, we know the goal or target is to purchase a home in X amount of months, right? We need to understand where you are today
Yes.
to create a plan
Yes.
to get you from here to purchasing a home. A lot of buyers are hesitant about going through the credit application process.
They are.
Hey, look, you already have a 480, okay? If you
It's
lose
okay, it's a
5
starting point. It's a
points,
starting point.
right? If you lose 5 points by running your credit, who cares?
Yes.
You're still a very long way
Yes.
from qualifying
And
for a mortgage.
I always use the explanation of like healthiness and vitality. We are not the doctors,
Mm-hmm.
but these loan officers that pull the credit,
Mhm.
there are physicians.
They can write the prescription
They're
to
going to
tell you what you need to
tell us
do.
what we need to do. Because at the end of the day, you and I, you're a realtor. I work in new home sales.
Mhm.
We experience the home with the family.
Right.
Now, I always tell families, we're like your GPS, because
Mhm.
every family goes with the same 10 steps,
Mhm.
but we have to have the prescription of how long those 10 steps are going to take.
Yep.
And so that's where the partnership with realtors like yourself,
Mhm.
who know so much about the families and are truly going to be invested.
Mhm.
Because like you said, a lot of families are worried, but they're out here every weekend looking for a house.
Exactly.
Like they're ready to buy tomorrow.
Like, what are you doing?
And that's okay, but I'm like, look, continue to look for the next few months, but let's go ahead and build a relationship with a lender
Mhm.
now
Mhm.
who's going to tell us how long
Exactly
and
what you
what we
need
need
to
to
do.
do.
Yeah. And a lot of people don't understand that. And, you know, my job is just to continue to convey that to them. Like, look, guys, I'm the real estate agent. Okay?
Yes.
I get you in the home. I find the perfect home ideal for you and your family. The way you described it is perfect. I can't write the prescription for what you need to
Right.
get you from point A to point B. I know where point B is, have no idea where point A
Right.
is. A lot of people don't understand that, okay, hey, you have a 700 credit score. That's great. You have a $100,000 income. That's phenomenal. But you spend all of your money.
Yeah. And another thing, but you and I have been talking because we got into real estate roughly around the same time. And it's been over 10 years now.
Yeah.
How many families have we spoken to? How many situations have we ran into? And so I just want families to know that no situation that you're going to bring up to me is brand new.
Right. Exactly.
We have heard it all.
Exactly.
I got a divorce.
So
I lost
what?
my job.
It happens every day. Yeah.
Medical bills.
Yeah.
My kid was in the hospital.
Yeah. There's always a way to, a loan processor or underwriters providing them with a list of things they need to do. Hey, look, you're putting 3% down on a $300,000 home.
Which, let's say $300,000. What's 3%? You only need 10 grand.
10 grand.
And a lot of people don't know that you only need 10
You're
grand.
borrowing $290,000. They're investing in you, essentially.
They need the answers to their questions.
That makes sense. That makes all the sense in the world. Would you give anyone $300,000?
Truck drivers.
Wow.
They're just making 6 figures a year.
Yeah.
But
the taxes
Yeah.
for them. They try to write every dime off. And
You're
it's
right.
like, look,
I've got a taxi driver
we
right now.
need 2 years.
That's all you need.
2 years. Like, just stop writing, pay your taxes, stop writing everything off, man.
Yeah, and so like you said, that doctor's prescription, it could be, right now, it's early 2020.
Mhm.
People have not done their taxes yet. So if they get on the phone with you, you actually brought up a good point. Step 1 is pulling your credit,
Mm-hmm.
but step 2 is showing the bank, are you a W-2?
Mm-hmm.
Are you hourly?
1099.
Are you
Yep.
1099? Do you have your own business? Do you make commission?
Yep.
Do you make overtime? Because
All of that matters.
all of that's like the second piece of the puzzle.
Mhm.
But no, I just appreciate, I know we have worked with many families and you always know the ins and outs,
Yeah.
which when there's a family that walks in the door with yourself represented, I'm like, oh, we just got to pick a house because we know the plan.
What happens is, and I share this with real estate agents all the time, go get to know all the new home salespeople in your area.
That's a great advice
When,
for realtors.
when you do that, what happens is the moment that you walk in and Ashley says, hey, Lavar, how are you? That like completely drops their guard.
Yeah.
At that point, it shows that we've already worked together, we've done business together, we've done transactions together. You're not going to feed me any bull crap. You're going to get the best possible deal that you can for my clients. You're going to take care of them. And it just builds rapport instantly.
Yeah, I appreciate that. But vice versa, right? Like us as new home sales counselors, there are few agents that come around and I see you doing things. I see you active on social media. I see you posting videos. I actually enjoyed watching a lot of your videos that were the most candid because I saw Lavar doing a video and he was like, hey guys, this is a frame. These are electrical roughs. And I'm like, no, duh. But
everyone doesn't know that.
People don't know that. And they're like, this is Tech Shield. I'm like, we all know this, Lavar. But when I watch your videos, I do actually appreciate
Thank you.
that they're so elementary.
Yeah.
Because that's the way I learn.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, show me, draw it out.
Yeah, without question.
So I actually appreciate
one of the
your
things,
very simple videos.
Thank you. One of the things I would recommend for you is to just do a question and answer video. I do those like maybe once or twice a week. Anytime I get a question from anyone, and I email them a response or reply immediately or send a text, then I kind of keep it in my head like, okay, that would make for a good question and answer video because they're not the only family that has that question. And it's going to come up again and again and again. So
appreciate that. Well, thank you for doing what you do, my friend.
Yes, of course. Let's get some business done out here in Balmoral.
Thank you.
All right. That was perfect.